वायर नाम की एक न्यूज वेबसाइट है, उसने वो ऑडियो जारी किया जिसमें मुख्यमंत्री कह रहा है, मेरे पास देश के गृह मंत्री अमित शाह का फोन आया। अमित शाह कहते हैं, बीरेन सिंह तुम बम मारता है, बीरेन सिंह तुम बम मारता है, चुपके से मारा करो। ये देश के गृह मंत्री और राज्य के मुख्यमंत्री के बीच की
The Supreme Court of India is currently presiding over a highly sensitive and politically consequential case involving leaked audio recordings that allegedly capture former Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh admitting to orchestrating, facilitating, and enabling the ethnic violence that broke out in Manipur from May 2023 onward. This legal battle, registered as writ petition, civil, note 702 of 2024, was filed by the Kuki Organization for Human Rights Trust, KUHR, and has been listed for its next hearing on August 4, 2025 in Court Number 13 as Item Number 1342, as confirmed by the official Supreme Court cause list. As reported by Live Law, the petition filed by KOHOR is being spearheaded by Senior Advocate Prashant Bhushan. The plea seeks the formation of a court-monitored special investigation team, SIT, to probe the allegations arising from the audio recordings, which are said to contain a voice resembling N. Biren Singh discussing sensitive issues related to ethnic mobilization, arms looting, and the deployment of communal militias. The petitioner alleges that these recordings prove beyond reasonable doubt the direct complicity of the former chief minister in the organized ethnic violence that engulfed the state. Ukral Times, which has closely followed the developments in the case, reported that a private forensic agency named Truth Labs was engaged by the petitioner to verify the authenticity of the recordings. Truth Labs submitted its findings, asserting a 93% voice match with N. Biren Singh. The lab claimed its analysis was based on robust acoustic and spectrographic methodologies, asserting a level of precision and independence that it claimed was superior to traditional government forensic labs. Truth Labs also furnished a detailed transcript and voice comparison chart as part of its submission. According to the New Indian Express, the Supreme Court on February 3, 2025, acknowledged the seriousness of the allegations and instructed the Central Forensic Science Laboratory, CFSL, to conduct an independent verification of the recordings. The bench directed that a sealed cover report be submitted within 6 weeks, with a tentative hearing scheduled for the week of March 24, 2025. This was a significant development, as it indicated that the court found prima facie merit in the allegations warranting scientific scrutiny. Later, in April 2025, NDTV reported that the Union government had informed the Supreme Court that the CFSL report was ready for submission. However, Solicitor General Tushar Mehta, appearing for the Center and the State of Manipur, claimed he had not yet had the opportunity to personally review the forensic findings. The Supreme Court expressed dissatisfaction with the delays and rescheduled the matter for further hearing during the week beginning May 5, 2025. During the hearing on May 5, 2025, as reported by the Economic Times and Hindustan Times, the Supreme Court opened the sealed CFSL report but expressed reservations about its thoroughness and credibility. Chief Justice Sanjeev Khanna, presiding over the bench alongside Justices Sanjay Kumar and K.V. Viswanathan, raised concerns about the lack of clarity in the CFSL analysis and emphasized that no individual, regardless of status, should be protected if involved in criminal wrongdoing. The bench subsequently ordered a fresh and more comprehensive re-examination of the tapes, suggesting that the initial report lacked methodological transparency. Verdictum reported that during the proceedings, Solicitor General Mehta characterized the petitioner organization, KUHUR, as a fringe entity with ideological inclinations. He argued that the allegations were politically motivated and that the petition lacked the standing required for such a serious matter. He further submitted that the case could be more appropriately heard by the Manipur High Court under Article 226 of the Constitution. However, the Supreme Court bench rejected this suggestion, asserting that the matter was of national importance and deserved to be addressed at the highest judicial level given its implications on constitutional order and communal harmony. According to NDTV, Chief Justice Khanna noted that while the court would not allow the misuse of the judicial process, it could not afford to overlook serious allegations just because the petitioner belonged to a particular ethnic or political background. The bench made it clear that if wrongdoings had occurred, especially ones that led to loss of life and communal disharmony, they must be subjected to judicial scrutiny irrespective of the political fallout. The context of this case is the violent ethnic clashes that erupted in Manipur starting on May 3, 2023. As detailed by various national dailies and Wikipedia, the violence began following a tribal solidarity march organized by the Kuki community to protest against the Maitai community's demand for scheduled tribe status. What began as a protest quickly spiraled into one of the deadliest ethnic confrontations in recent Indian history, resulting in over 260 deaths, thousands of homes being torched, and more than 60 null people being displaced. The state government came under heavy criticism during this period, with multiple reports alleging that the police and paramilitary forces either stood idle or acted in a biased manner. Armed Maitai groups, such as Arambai Tengol and Maitai Lipun, reportedly operated freely, executing attacks against Kuki-dominated villages. The Times of India and Economic Times reported that more than 4,000 weapons were looted from state armories, many of which ended up in the hands of vigilante groups. According to the same reports, the tapes submitted in court allegedly contain conversations where a voice resembling Biren appears to celebrate these looted arms and refers to strategic use of militant groups to drive out tribal populations from the valley. These shocking revelations have raised fundamental questions about the role of the state in enabling or even directing ethnic cleansing, thus transforming what was previously understood as a communal riot into a case of orchestrated violence. On February 9, 2025, Biren Singh tendered his resignation as chief minister, a move many saw as an attempt to diffuse mounting legal and political pressure. President's rule was imposed in the state on February 13, 2025, thereby placing Manipur under direct control of the central government. According to Wikipedia and news reports from NDTV and Hindustan Times, this administrative shift has temporarily calmed tensions, but has not resolved the underlying causes or dispelled widespread public suspicion regarding the government's involvement. KOHR maintains that only a court-monitored SIT can ensure a credible investigation. They argue that the state police and local investigative bodies have already shown institutional bias, citing numerous cases where first information reports, FIRs, were either not registered or registered selectively, depending on the complainant's ethnicity. Live Law has reported that KOHR's petition includes annexures documenting these irregularities, along with evidence of delayed justice and systemic targeting of the tribal population. The government, meanwhile, maintains that the CFSL is a credible agency and that its initial sealed cover report should suffice for judicial satisfaction. However, the Supreme Court's directive for a re-examination, as reported by NDTV, suggests a lack of judicial confidence in the veracity and independence of that report. The court has not minced words in stating that justice must not only be done, but must also be seen to be done, especially in cases that concern communal harmony. Political observers and legal scholars see this case as a potential watershed moment in Indian jurisprudence. As reported by the Hindustan Times, if the court accepts the forensic evidence and finds the audio recordings authentic and incriminating, it may order the arrest and prosecution of Biren Singh and possibly other high-ranking officials. This could lead to a landmark ruling on political accountability in communal violence cases, similar to past judgments in the 1984 anti-Sikh riots and the 2002 Gujarat riots. Conversely, if the court finds the evidence lacking, it could choose to refer the matter back to the Manipur High Court for further examination. Legal experts suggest that the court may also opt for a hybrid route, such as forming a neutral commission of inquiry headed by a retired Supreme Court judge. Such an arrangement could allow the court to maintain oversight while delegating investigative responsibilities. In the meantime, the people of Manipur, particularly those belonging to the Kuki communities, await justice. Civil society organizations, church groups, and international human rights observers have all called for a transparent investigation. According to multiple editorials and statements published in national media, there is a prevailing sentiment among affected communities that the Indian state failed to protect them and is now dragging its feet in holding those responsible accountable. The next hearing on August 4, 2025, will be crucial. The CFSL is expected to submit its re-examination report, and the court may finally decide whether to proceed with a criminal investigation or dismiss the petition. The implications of either outcome will be far-reaching, potentially altering the legal and political landscape of not just Manipur but the entire nation. This article by ZalengamMedia is a factual report compiled from publicly available legal records, mainstream Indian news reports, and verified sources including Live Law, NDTV, Ukral Times, Economic Times, Times of India, Hindustan Times, Verdictum, New Indian Express, and Wikipedia. ZalengamMedia does not assert the truth or falsehood. This report is based on already publicly available news.
오늘 commando bigi front tabo commando sunda hone abi me underground nung bi kangu pulak pulang na gule ai hayu pura pele ki tugi atugi atake tai ro kambai ho tam tugi atu kangu kripa kangu loina commando ko pulang se ada bazar da chai da pulo in obudi khangde na wera woni budi khangda aduga ai hayu akoi shumai tokshi दिन में फन शेमा नहीं मकाले बने मणिपुर जो है ना कितना पॉलिटिक्स और तो लेबा खान पेन से बा बहुत नो कौन तोक्से बा लेबा से हम तो एक पे जाती जे हन कन से अदु की मतुंग ददी यार है तो जो निशान से ला अब बीरेन जी हां सर अरे तुम बम मारता है किताब नहीं बम मारता है bom ja dun mi tegi ma bom ka pati gam ma bom mat use kar raha hai disi ko diga ni ma sa kar raha hai oi kaise kar raha hai nahi kar raha hai hum unhe nahi commando bigi front tabo commando shunda hai ko kar raha hai तुम्हारी बात को कहा है ये बोला तो मैं किसी नहीं बनाने वाला है ना आगे मशीन वो फाड़ी हर भारत की में फाड़ी नहीं लोग जिसे मरी फाड़ी जाएंगे तो फाड़ी लगा अरे मुझे anyway कई आपको की साइड की जो इंग्लैंड वाली साइड की जो अदुम आई फाड़ी जो कॉम्पिटिशन हो तो लोग ऐसे तो मतलब समझ लो असीगी लाजा अꯩꯅ ꯑꯁꯤ ꯊꯨꯡꯅꯝꯗꯗꯤ ꯃꯣꯏ ꯂꯥꯟꯗꯧꯕ ꯑꯣꯏꯌꯦꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯤ ꯉꯁꯤ ꯑꯩ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯆꯠꯇꯣꯔꯦ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯅ ꯃꯤꯖꯣꯔꯥꯝ ꯑꯃꯨꯛ ꯀꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯊꯨꯒꯥꯏꯒꯅꯤ ꯃꯤꯖꯣꯔꯥꯝꯗꯤ ꯑꯩ ꯍꯌꯦꯡꯁꯤ ꯑꯁꯤ ꯍꯞꯇꯥ ꯑꯃꯗ ꯑꯩ ꯁꯤꯜꯆꯔ ꯆꯠꯀꯅꯤ ꯑꯥꯗ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯕ ꯃꯩꯇꯩꯒ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯕ ꯃꯩꯇꯩ ꯄꯥꯔꯇꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯕꯤꯁꯅꯨꯄ꯭ꯔꯤꯌꯥ ꯃꯅꯤꯄꯨꯔꯤ ꯑꯩ ꯄꯨꯟꯁꯤꯜꯂꯨꯗꯧꯔꯦ एक पुंजन मगई मिजोरम पतंग को तने ब्लॉकेट है ना तो ये को नेवर या हुआ है बा अदुना कोई नोई की जिंदगी यार कदी खरा तंग वाकल वाली शामिल न भया चाहे आर्गुमेंट हो तो पॉजिटिव रिसर्च में भया कदम ले रखा नोई टीम से नो आई वांट टू एक्सप्लोर आई के फैमिली से हफ्ता भर महानी भर मरी भर कोई नहीं करी तो ये सुनो अखोई ने कभी सुनो जो तो शायद लांगों से शायद लांगों से क्या कहते हैं स्कोर पे कहने से अखोई जंग से लांगों चुमाई बोलते हैं काफी ऊपर सुनना भी आता है अतो की स्ट्रेटेजिक में बात करें मेन बोर्ड लगेगा खुला ही सुले
पूरी नहीं कर पाई वो बहुत ही गंभीर ऑडियो है मान्यवर उसकी जांच होनी चाहिए और उसकी जांच में अगर सत्यता पाई जाती है तो उस चीफ मिनिस्टर के खिलाफ उसको गिरफ्तार करके उसकी कार्रवाई होनी चाहिए क्योंकि वो बहुत ही गंभीर है। वायर नाम की एक न्यूज वेबसाइट है उसने वो ऑडियो जारी किया जिसमें मुख्यमंत्री कह रहा है मेरे पास देश के गृह मंत्री अमित शाह का फोन आया। अमित शाह कहते हैं बीरेन सिंह तुम बम मारता है, बीरेन सिंह तुम बम मारता है, चुपके से मारा करो। ये देश के गृह मंत्री और राज्य के मुख्यमंत्री के बीच की देश के गृह मंत्री और राज्य के मुख्यमंत्री के बीच की चर्चा है और ये ऑडियो सार्वजनिक होना चाहिए। इस ऑडियो की जांच होनी चाहिए, इस ऑडियो का पता लगना चाहिए कि वो जो